Hello, everyone, and welcome back to the Cop Council. Hello, everyone. I forgot them all. We called, but yes, hello, everyone. Hopefully, everyone's having a fantastic day wherever you are around the world, and welcome back to another Liverpool news episode for you guys this evening, of course. And as you can tell by the thumbnail and the title, of course, we do have some big news concerning what Liverpool are going to be doing next in the transfer window, of course, signing Alexis McAllister and Dominic Szoboszlai already, and of course, we're hoping for many more this summer. Anyway, but again, let me know how all of you are in the comment section down below as well. If you're new around here, as well, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, guys. Very much appreciated as always, and of course, hit that notification bell as well to remind yourselves when we go live or post a video. Anyway, but what we are going to be talking about, of course, in today's video, we are going to mention and discuss Thiago Alcantara. Of course, there's been rumblings of a Saudi Arabian bid as well for Thiago, so we are going to be discussing those in tonight's show. Of course, we're also going to be discussing Romeo Lavia as well. Obviously, he looks now to be Liverpool's #1 target for the rest of this summer as well. So let me know your guys' thoughts in the comment section down below. And of course, we will talk and discuss about the big news that Khephren Thuram is no longer a Liverpool target for this summer. Yes, Liverpool have ended their pursuit for Khephren Thuram for this summer, at least anyway. So again, we will discuss all of these topics in due course as well. And again, guys, let me know your guys' thoughts. If you're new around here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, and of course, hit the share button as well, guys. Get as many reds in here as possible as well. But of course, let me know how all of you are in the chat as well. Trap's in early. I know I've seen Trap a bit earlier on saying yo Connor as well. Hello Trap, hope you're doing well, mate. Daryl's in saying we needed Turam and all as well. I think a few people have this, the similar thoughts and the similar process of, yeah, I think there's a few people that, me included, they think that Liverpool should have definitely gone after Khephren Thuram, but of course we're going to speak more in depth about that in a bit later on as well. Bryson as well saying hi Connor as well. Hopefully doing well, mate. What else we have? Are these Salah Saudi rumors true? No, I don't think so anyway. But at the end of the day, I think look, it'll be an interesting one. Maybe in about a year or two's time, when his Liverpool career may be up. Again, no, I think Mo Salah is definitely here to stay at the minute. Anyway, hello Luke. Obviously, 1892 Reds TV as well. Please go subscribe. Obviously, mods, put links in the comments, please. Don't know why people are moaning we ended Turam links. Again, I want to talk about it a bit later on, but yeah, I don't think so much. I don't think people are moaning. I think it's the sense of could have added a bit more. I know when, of course, people are talking between Lavia and Turam, of course. I think obviously they are two different profiles of players. And yeah, obviously I think Liverpool do want more of a DM than another number 8 anyway. But again, who knows? I prefer Lavia balance better than Turam as well. But yeah, I think overall saying that'll be probably the best move. Valverde could happen. I think in my dreams, Daryl, Valverde could happen. Like I don't think Valverde could ever happen for Liverpool anyway. But again, guys, let me know your guys' thoughts on all of the stories in tonight's episode anyway. But we are going to kick off the show and we are going to talk about Thiago Alcantara. Now, I think he's probably the most. I don't want to say that, again. I think I don't know what the correct word to use. I think he's very much. I think the fan base is very much divided. I think on the Thiago Alcantara situation, and of course, David Ornstein tweeted out earlier on, of course, that Thiago Alcantara has rejected a formal offer from Saudi Arabia in recent weeks. Proposal was to 32-year-old's camp, nothing to Liverpool just of yet. Despite contract ending in 2024, midfielder expected to stay at Liverpool as things stand. Of course, that did come from James Pearce earlier on as well. So again, obviously there has been a bid, and apparently it was a very big bid for Thiago Alcantara. Nothing towards Liverpool, just for Thiago's camp, which I think is a bit of a big one. I know that plenty of people go, oh, could Thiago go to the Saudi league? possibly. I know his brother Rafinha, I think, is already out there as well. So again, obviously the family know quite well, the situation out there as well. But obviously on a Liverpool, side of things, I think obviously it leaves the fan base, I think, divided in that regard. Would Liverpool, I think if Liverpool, in my personal opinion, if there was a bid of over £20 million, that's I think was the rumor that might have happened. Again, I think Liverpool would absolutely snap the hands off whoever is sending that offer. Being perfectly honest, I think again, if we were to get a profit on Thiago, especially with 1 year left on his contract, again, imagine how big that would be. But I think Chris Bascom as well also spoke about, again, in terms of a little bit going a bit forward in terms of future signing for Liverpool. Again, Liverpool might now have to recoup a bit of money to be able to get moving with somebody else like a Lavia, for example. But again, I think, look, Thiago, for me, I think on paper he is still Liverpool's best midfielder. It's just that's the problem. When is he fit and available? I think, like I said, I think it's 70 appearances in 3 years for a midfielder for Liverpool. I don't think good enough personally, but again, when he does play, he is by miles our best midfielder anyway. But Paul Joyce as well added on to this as well, saying Thiago Alcantara has attracted interest from foreign clubs, including those in Saudi Arabia, though Liverpool have yet to receive an official bid for the midfielder. The Spanish international has a 1 year left, 1 year remaining, on his contract, and is scheduled to return to the club when pre-season training begins at the weekend as well. So again, no official bid to Liverpool as of things right now, but of course we know how things can change and how things can ramp up in football as well. And again, obviously I said it when we were looking at what's next for Liverpool in the transfer window yesterday. In yesterday's video, of course, go and check that out if you haven't already. But it was very much the sense of, I think if Liverpool get the right bid in, again, we'd be perfect for Liverpool in that regard. I know plenty of people are like, oh, if it was the option of Thiago being sold and then we brought in Thuram and Lavia, then I think people would have done it. But again, and I want to know your guys' thoughts as well in tonight's show. Again, what would be the best thing for Liverpool to do? Keep Thiago for 1 more year, let him go on a free next season, or if you could get 10, 15, 20 million now, and then look for maybe another replacement there. Would that be a good thing for Liverpool? Who knows? Obviously on that left hand side now you've got Alexis McAllister, you've got Curtis Jones, obviously Dominic Szoboszlai as well can play there potentially. But I think, of course, like we've always spoken about Thiago being a luxury item, I think definitely now, I think Thiago will definitely be used as a luxury item without a doubt. I think now more so than ever. But again, I want to know your guys' thoughts in the comments down below anyway. But let me quickly read out a few of your comments anyway, guys. Yeah, let me know your guys' thoughts on the Thiago situation as well. What else do we have? Where's this Salah stuff coming from? Well, quickly, is this breaking, guys? Again, as far as I know, the stuff with Salah isn't concrete. Let me quickly see if, yeah, again, like I think it's old news. I think with Mo Salah, I think personally, from what I've seen anyway. There we go. I'm nearly knocking my cup over. Move that to be it, but there we go. It's a weird one. He's our best midfielder by a country mile. However, he's also made of Weetabix, so I'm 50-50. I think that's the big thing, isn't it, Zane? I think everyone has that same opinion of if you could get another 10, 15 games out of Thiago, I think you'd be fine. But I think at the minute, the limit that you are getting from Thiago, especially what I think we all thought he was going to bring. Of course, it's a massive step down to what he's capable of. So again, obviously, player-wise, phenomenal. Like you said, probably Liverpool's best midfielder. But it's the fact that when the Liverpool get that, when like how many times are we going? Oh, okay, it's very much oh, Thiago's injured again, or he'll have 4, 5, 6 games and then he's out for about a month and a half. Like that's the problem with Thiago. Um, and you look back at that Champions League, and I know again, obviously Liverpool were going for the quadruple at the time and that, but you look at that Champions League final, that FA Cup final for us as well. Also, that paved the way massively for our midfield for the downfall. Really, again, 120 minutes was not needed for Liverpool, but then again, Liverpool should never got to that stage anyway. Should have won in the game. To be fair, we had enough chances, bloody hell, for the midfield as well. Obviously, Lavia for Vars as well. Then a centre back, we're good as well. We will be good for that, absolutely 100%. Happy for him to stay, but I don't expect a major contribution. I would have also have been fine with him going as well. Says Bright. Yeah, I think everyone has that same opinion of Thiago. Again, it's been a disappointing. Yeah, again, it was a luxury signing. But I think overall, I think it's been disappointing a little bit from what we could have got potentially. But again, obviously, that's just me being a bit critical in that way. But again, like obviously, Thiago's a wonderful footballer, but it is that of when is he fit and available? If Thiago which is more available for 23-24, then good. But if not, we'd be better off without him as well. So as far as yeah, that's the problem, isn't it? Anfield lads in as well, saying hi, hello mate, hopefully doing well, mate. As well, an 80% fit Thiago a season you would have to keep, but unfortunately he can't stay 40% fit all season. Great player, just injuries have taken over his football. Yeah, no, they have. The big worry I have personally as well that I didn't think about was his hip. Um, of course, him getting I don't think it's a brand new hip. I think it's it's something else. But for me, the hip problem is a big one as well for the new season. But I think you look at it just in a general overall sense of things as well. I don't know. For me, I just think that Liverpool, if Liverpool got a bid of 15 million, I'd snap someone's hands off of it. Personally, anyway. If he doesn't get an offer from a Champions League team, I reckon he stays. Again, could potentially even go for a Saudi club, potentially. Okay, cheers, Con. Ari Saudi room as well. Oh, there we go. But yeah, again, guys, let me know your guys' thoughts in the comments. Anyway, I want to quickly check something there, guys. Has that happened or not? There's the Turkish fella that is it Fenerbahce? Yeah, is it Fenerbahce that he plays for that's got like a 17 million euro release clause? He's off to Real Madrid. So again, he was linked with Liverpool, I think, a couple of weeks ago as well. So who knows in that regard anyway. But speaking more of Liverpool rumours, anyway, of course, we're going to move on and talk about Romeo Lavia, of course, being linked and rumoured left, right, and centre for Liverpool. Liverpool, of course, obviously going back through some of the stuff that has come out over the last day or two. Obviously, after we signed Dominic Szoboszlai as well. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano saying Liverpool are in the race for Romeo Lavia. Since Monday, and no changes despite Szoboszlai and Macaster incomings. Liverpool remain keen on signing Lavia on the list with Thuram. Arsenal still very interested, but of course it depends on Thomas Partey exit, and of course Southampton want 50 million. Obviously, Fabrizio Romano again adding, saying that Liverpool was planned to sign 3 midfielders this summer. With of course they're working on Lavia. Now today he come out and said that Liverpool have been in contact with the agent of Romeo Lavia for 2 weeks, still ongoing. He's high on the list, considered as top talent in his position. Sources expect Liverpool to open talks with Southampton soon, as there will be competition from Arsenal and Chelsea as well. And Paul Joyce has added to this as well, saying that Liverpool are weighing up whether to make an approach for Southampton's 19-year-old defensive midfielder Romeo Lavia as well, which of course if Joyce is saying that, again, that this is a thing and what Liverpool are going to be doing will be very much, the case, hopefully. Again, I think Liverpool, for me, As I actually say this, hang on a minute. Actually, to be fair, as I'm just saying this, Fabrizio Romano breaking news: Liverpool are really pushing for Romeo Lavia. They are now waiting to make an official offer, and that is from Fabrizio Romano. I will quickly get it before you get. Actually, no, I can't do that. Of course. Oh, hang on, let me see. Can you guys see that? You probably can't, but that's what it says right there anyway. But yeah, hopefully you guys can see that anyway. But yeah, it does look like bloody, I can't talk. Romeo Lavia or Romeo Lavia, of course, will hopefully be Liverpool's next signing. Fingers crossed. And again, obviously, I think people always have the conversation of, you know, price tag. What could it be for Liverpool? I think Liverpool might match 40 million at a push. I think Liverpool might start with around 35 million for Lavia. I then think that if they just go, oh, okay, we'll pay the 40 million as long as we can get a deal done, and you get the 40 million, of course, earlier than what is expected. That, of course, everyone expects Manchester City potentially to come in for the buyback. But then again, I think it's a real question of 40 million for Lavia. I think is a push. I know obviously Southampton want 50 million. I think that's an extreme push. If I'm being perfectly honest, but again, I just think potentially Liverpool. I think 35, 40 million at a push. It should be enough for Lavia. Of course. But yeah, we know Liverpool are good in terms of negotiating. Hopefully, Jorgen's got one more deal, one more card up his sleeve, I should say. Anyway, in that regard. Anyway, but yeah, it was a hip surgery, but it's supposed to be one of those that's going to prevent the other issues he's been having. So that's good then in that regard. So was it sign him up to a new contract, Bry? If the hip works fine, then again, that'll be good in that sense anyway. But I think is that um or the Turkish fella. Yeah, no, he's going to Real Madrid by the looks of things. Uh, drops as well. Get in there before Arsenal get it done. To be fair, I don't think Arsenal are pushing as much as Liverpool. I think Chelsea are the ones to look out for with Lavia. Personally, I think that once they've got, Arsenal are focused on Declan Rice at the minute. They haven't got it done as of yet. Until that's officially, booked off and done and dusted, they won't be pushing much. I don't think. Again, they have to move on Granit Xhaka. They have to move on Thomas Partey, I believe, before they can even think about Lavia. Again, Liverpool have to make a move now. I think the big thing is though, I think Liverpool want to get it done pretty quietly, like what we did with Szoboszlai. Just get in. Again, that's the issue. There's no release clause there, and again, no, by the looks of things, no club wants to get the 50 million. Arsenal are not willing to pay it. Chelsea, of course, are probably the only club that are willing to pay for it, and of course, we're not willing to pay for it. So again, Liverpool want to do things quietly. Sorry, Jack, I got something in my. Liverpool want to do something quietly to get Lavia done. It's then the case of, can they do everything quietly enough to hope that Chelsea or Arsenal don't put in a bid, and then we have the quote bidding war in that regard as well. But again, we'll have to just wait and see. But yeah, I would agree. But I don't think Arsenal are Liverpool's problem. I think Chelsea are, because Chelsea will pay stupid money to get anyone. 35 plus 10 says Bry. 45 mil could be. I think 40 though is enough. Personally, I think for Lavia, like no way he's worth 50 million in that regard. We are looking at Purcell's, whose club rejected the first offer, as well, says Raza. Have we? Is that confirmed anyway, Raza? Let me know in the chat. As far as I know, it's nothing happened as of yet. Do, 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 do. Yeah, as far as I know, there's nothing there as of yet. It's a bit mad though that we didn't get him from Ajax, if that is true. Because I think did he play? Did he have a good game against us at Anfield? And everyone was like, "Oh, look, he's available for free," and Liverpool didn't go and act upon it. Shock. Obviously, we didn't do it, but yeah, it's a. I don't know. It's a bit of a weird one. I think personally, Liverpool get it after Lavia. Lavia, of course, we get after Lavia. Inacio, sorry, Gonzalo Inacio from Roma. Bloody hell, from Sporting. Sorry, chat. Gonzalo Inacio from Port, Porto, Sporting. He's from Sporting Connor. Naming random European clubs. Um, no. So Gonzalo Inacio from Sporting was who I think Liverpool are going to go and get. City's buyback is only in effect from next season. I think yes, it is. That's what the big hangover is. I think if it was this summer, I think Liverpool would match it personally. But then again, Liverpool can just turn around and go, "Oh, there's 40 million. You're going to have it potentially next year." Like either because that's the thing. If Liverpool, well, if Southampton wait the season, say that it's 50 million, and that's it, he stays in the Championship. You have two problems then. Like either he has a shocking season in the Championship, and of course Southampton don't come back up, or again personally he has an absolute stinker of a season in the Championship. That value then just goes straight down. Of course, only Manchester City then will be paying around that anyway. And then you also look at it where if he has a phenomenal season for Southampton in the Championship, and I mean like again miles clear of any midfielder in the Championship, then I think outright then they could ask 50 million. But that's the thing. Like, I think if you go to Southampton right now, there's 40 million pounds. Come on, take it or leave it. I think they would take it personally anyway. But again, that's just my thoughts. Szoboszlai was wrapped up quickly. Yeah, it was done very quickly. Again, I love transfers like that. Just get in, get out, and yeah, just celebrate the new player anyway. But let's hope Lavia is similar as well. Yeah, absolutely. Party is a problem for Arteta. Those legal issues he had last year have not been forgotten by the club as well. I think it's attitude though as well, Brian. But yeah, absolutely. Well, hello Owen. Hopefully doing well, mate. I think evening all Thuram didn't rip it up during the under 21 championship. No problem if we lose out on him. We need at least one more dynamic specialist DM. I'd like two DMs, says Owen. Got anyone in mind, Owen? I think off the top of my head, Lavia and Florentino Luis potentially from Benfica. They're the two that potentially in my mind that could be a thing. But I think Lavia, of course, Lavia also I think pushes a bit forward because of course homegrown uh, quota. Lavia would count for homegrown, so that's one thing I think to think about as well. But again, it would be interesting to see what Liverpool do because again, that's what I think is the big question at the minute in terms of Lavia is what are we waiting for to bid? Like Fabrizio Romano again said that Liverpool are pushing for Lavia. If that's the case, then where's the bid? Why are we waiting to bid for him? Are we waiting for a certain player to move on? Are we waiting for again someone to move to another club before we submit a bid for Lavia or something like that? Like again, or again maybe Liverpool might announce him straight away tomorrow. Who knows? That would be something, wouldn't it? Anasio and Lavia would satisfy me with Alexis and Dom as well. Would with me as well. If I think working it out. So say for example, if Lavia does come for 40, Alexis McAllister for 35, Dominic Szoboszlai for 60, Inacio for 45, and Lavia for 40. You're looking at what 165 probably off the top of my head. I think it's somewhere around there anyway. 165, 170 for four of them. Like I think that's a pretty good window. I think that's a 10 out of 10 window for Liverpool. It's just the fact of can and will Liverpool do that? It's another thing because Liverpool, I think, are very high on Levi Colwill as well, but of course Chelsea want I think £80 million for him, which of course Liverpool are not going to pay that to Chelsea, but again, who knows in that regard anyway. But speaking of Khephren Thuram, anyway, of course, we're going to move on and talk about the main story in tonight's episode. Of course, we are going to be discussing now Khephren Thuram, of course, and David Lynch came out this morning from, I think he's from the Football Insider, but again, the article piece was from This Is Anfield, of course, stating that Liverpool no longer pursuing a move for Nice midfielder Khephren Thuram. Talks were held with the players' representatives earlier in the window, but Dominic Szoboszlai ultimately emerged as a preferred target. Now, going and reading through the article piece, like we're going to do right now, anyway, that David Lynch did on This Is Anfield, of course, you guys can see it, but they, of course, Liverpool and Khephren Thuram interest, Lavia increasingly likely. Of course, it does go on to say that Liverpool have ended their interest in Nice midfielder Khephren Thuram after completing the signing of Dominic Szoboszlai. The Reds held preliminary talks with the Frenchman's representatives at the start of the summer as they explored their options ahead of a planned midfield rebuild. If I quickly scroll down as well. Of course, it does go on to say, however, This Is Anfield understands that the club's recruitment staff ultimately chose to progress with a move, preferring instead to sign Szoboszlai from RB Leipzig. The Hungarian completed, of course, a €70 million switch to Anfield over the weekend, having a release clause with the German club, which was triggered. And obviously, we quickly scrolled down as well in David Lynch's piece as well. It says, but the Reds are currently keeping tabs on Southampton youngster Romeo Lavia, who is also being closely watched by Premier League rivals Chelsea and Arsenal. And with any lingering interest in Thuram now ended, a firm move for the 19-year-old appears increasingly likely. Now, what I think also as well with the Khephren Thuram situation, personally, I think Liverpool had enough of waiting for Nice, personally, as well, with Khephren Thuram. I think Liverpool were very willing to do a deal for Khephren Thuram, even potentially after Dominic Szoboszlai. But, of course, the difference between Dominic Szoboszlai and Khephren Thuram is I feel that Szoboszlai is probably a bit better suited to Liverpool and the system that we're going to go for next season. And also as well, like I said, in terms of, I think Nice are to blame mainly for him not getting moved to Liverpool, is that they were waiting for a bidding war for Khephren Thuram. They were waiting for us to make an official approach or official offer to them, and then of course I think they were waiting for Newcastle or even another European club to come out and bid for him. And I think that's the problem. Of course, when you look at Nice at the moment, Owen, of course, will know a lot more than me, but with, of course, their owner being Jim Radcliffe, of course, him going for the Manchester United ownership as well, of course, you can see where it's going there in that regard anyway. But in terms of, again, the pursuit ending for Thuram, again, if he was to stay at Nice for another season, could Liverpool go for him in 12 months' time? Potentially, or even 6 months' time. Liverpool could, absolutely. But I do think he will get a move this summer. Now, whether or not that'll be Newcastle will go for him or somebody else this summer anyway. But again, I think he's a very good midfielder. I think he's a unique profile in terms of, again, 6'4", technically very, very good. Can play as a 6, 10, and an 8. More so an 8 and a 10. But I just think that when Liverpool have got their two main midfielders now. I think if Thuram was to come in, it would have been as a main midfielder. Again, I think if maybe if a midfielder does leave, Liverpool might go back in for Thuram. But I would agree with the sense that Lavia does make more sense. I think all of us said last season that Liverpool needed DM cover. Obviously, I think the biggest question about Lavia and the situation with Liverpool is what's going to happen with Stefan Bajcetic. I think that over the next 2-3 years, if we do sign Lavia, he will be learning from Fabinho. He will be learning that 6 role in the Liverpool system. I do think then Fabinho will be sold, and then Lavia will just come in straight away and perform wonders in that role, with Bajcetic potentially behind him, or even in the number 8 role potentially as well. Because again, I think Bajcetic, there's so many different options with him. Again, I think he's he's good at the 8, he's good at the 6, can play centre half, can play right back as well. There's plenty of options for Stefan Bajcetic in this Liverpool team, but again, you don't want to ruin or rush the development in either one of them. If we do end up signing Lavia as well, but again, let me know your guys' thoughts anyway on, of course, Lavia, Thuram as well. I really want to know your guys' thoughts with both, um, players in that regard as well. I'm just going to quickly look as well. But yeah, no, if you go over to Twitter, guys, and check out, of course, the retweeted tweet, of course, that I've just said, or just retweeted from Fabrizio Romano. Of course, say that Liverpool are pushing for Khephren Thuram, sorry, for Romeo Lavia as well. We'll quickly get up on stream in a moment, guys. So again, keep your comments coming in, guys, as well. And let me know your guys' thoughts on who will be next for Liverpool this summer now. Again, I do think it will be Lavia now. Of course, I did say, for me, I thought it would have been Khephren Thuram. I thought maybe there might have been an option for both to sign for the Reds, but again, now on hindsight, again, it does look like perfectly right. So that it will just be one of Lavia or Thuram anyway. But I'll quickly get up Roberto Romano's tweet for you guys so I can show it to you. So I'm not lying. I promise I'm not lying. Where's the two? There it is. So yeah, so Fabrizio Romano again, as you guys can see, but there. Anyway, if it wants to work, there we go. So again, Liverpool are pushing, really pushing for Romeo Lavia. They are now waiting to make an official offer. So again, maybe there might be something tomorrow potentially on what Liverpool do with Lavia. Again, we'll just have to wait and see in that regard. Anyway, but of course, make sure you are subscribed to the channel, guys. And of course, any news that does come out, we will bring it to you guys straight away. Anyway, but quickly read your comments. Guys, as well, keep on getting your comments in as well. Obviously, if you're new around here, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well. Of course, we'll try and get to 20 likes, I think, guys, as always. We'll quickly check what we're on right now, as I do. Check what we're on. What are we on? We're on 14 right now, so again, if we can get to 20, very much appreciated. Guys, as always, a DM and a left centre half is what's left to come in, I guess. I'd love a right back too, but who knows? Maybe. Bray, you never know. Again, could Bajcetic fill in a right back potentially, or play that hybrid role for Liverpool? Again, who knows? At 19, Lavia has loads of time to become the number 6 when Fabinho is finished. Yep, absolutely, 100%. Always the biggest thing for me, guys, has always been the price tag with Lavia. Again, he's not worth £50 million to me. To Southampton, he might be. To Liverpool, he might be. But to me personally, don't think he's worth 50 million. Again, if he was to pay 50 million, I'd be massively surprised. But again, be thrilled that Liverpool actually pay 50 million, but still, I don't think he's worth it. Would we expect Lavia to be a starter? Not this season. No, I think it'll take him a few months to get himself right at Liverpool, and then we'll see the best of him then in the new year. I think maybe we might play a couple of cup games as well, the League Cup, maybe a European Cup, Europa League game as well potentially. But again, I don't think you see him as a main starter. He doesn't just walk into Liverpool's team, I don't think. As long as Southampton don't piss about the 50 million and accept 40 million, it's all good as well. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Gerson's in as well, saying good evening. What is the rumour about Lavia preferring Arsenal move, and does it mean that we are going to change the options? Again, I haven't seen the links or the rumours with Arsenal. Again, like I said, earlier on, I think that personally, I think Chelsea are Liverpool's biggest threat when it comes to Lavia. But again, we'll just have to wait and see. But in my personal opinion, I do think that Liverpool are favourites at the minute for Lavia. But again, football can change in an instant, guys. So again, don't take my word for it. Hopefully, relegation makes it more straightforward. Can't haggle too hard. True, but again, they can say about the release clause, can't they? Unfortunately. But yeah, fingers crossed anyway. But Wiggs is in as well. Coutinho Wiggs saying thoughts on Salah and the new Saudi links. I answered this earlier on. I haven't seen anything. But yeah, again, a total nonsense. I can't see him going to Saudi. Liverpool definitely wouldn't let Mo Salah go, especially this summer coming up anyway. Maybe there might be a conversation in a year's time. But in terms of right here, right now, no, I think it's utter nonsense, personally anyway. But Lavia to me seems like a perfect choice for DM. He can also, suppose right back, would think just like Saicedo, there's a Brighton very similar players as well. Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing though as well. When you do look at the DM market, prices for DMs are huge this summer. Midfielders, by itself is huge. Again, you look at Mason Mount, for example. Mason Mount's on what 250, 300,000 pound per week. He's gone for 60 million pounds with 1 year left on his contract. It's ridiculous, absolutely ridiculous. Caicedo, for example, I loved Moises Caicedo at Liverpool, but was it 80, 90 million? I think Chelsea are going to be paying for him. That's outrageous for him. But again, I do think it's a good signing. Weirdly enough, I do think it's a good signing. But yeah, obviously thoughts on Salah. Yeah, not going anywhere. Wiggs. I'm not seeing any concrete centre-back links, which gets me slightly anxious. True, but then I'd also say look at Szoboszlai. Nobody linked Liverpool to Szoboszlai apart from maybe the odd person or two. But yeah, I think Liverpool will definitely sign a centre half this summer. Whether that be Colwell, Nasio, we won't be signing Van der Ven. Van der Ven's off to Chelsea. Tottenham, sorry. He's off to Tottenham right now. So again, in that way anyway. But Bajcetic looked totally at home in the side when he was getting league starts at the end of the season before his injury. I don't want anything blocking his path as well. Yeah, that's the big thing, isn't it? Bry, 50 million for Lavia shows what a bargain McAllister was. Yeah, absolutely, 100%. Liverpool go signing next. Can you tell me? Good luck. That come on Liverpool again. Hopefully Lavia, mate. That's the hopeful, fingers crossed. Anyway, what the hell are we doing? Ending Thuram interest. He wants us just pay 40 million. Next 2 years, he could 70, 80 million. Or rivals take him. What are we doing? We've done so much work on him as well, says Colin. I would agree. I think Liverpool should sign Khephren Thuram, but again, by the looks of things, Liverpool just are focusing on Lavia. And it does look like as well Nice are playing hardball, where they haven't said a price tag yet. Liverpool could bid 40 million for him, and Nice could just reject it. I don't think Liverpool want to pay more than 40 million. They want a bidding war for him. They wanted to get in the 50s and the 60 millions for Khephren Thuram, and it's just not going to happen. I do think he either ends up in Newcastle now, or to be fair, if Daryl's in, he did say for a long time that Thuram might end up at Newcastle. Either he'll go Newcastle, or I do think he'll just stay at Nice for another season. Again, he's 22. Another year at Nice, I think, would be fine. I think summer 24 could be movement. He will have a year left by then. We can't run the risk of losing him on a free. Yeah, absolutely. Lavia shows Liverpool sound signing him as well, hopefully. I thought we had put too much work into walk away as well. Yeah, I agree, guys. Like I said on Twitter to you guys, I think Liverpool would have signed Thuram because we've done so much work behind the scenes. And yeah, by the looks of things, it's it's over for Khephren Thuram and Liverpool anyway. Do you think if we sell Henderson, is Thuram on the cards? Maybe, but again, I don't think we're selling Henderson. Um, I think again, like we mentioned, Thiago is the only one probably that Liverpool could look at selling in the midfield. Again, Jordan Henderson, I don't think will go anywhere. If we sell a midfielder, do you think Thuram is back on like Thiago or Henderson? Yeah, obviously, I think if Liverpool do sell one of them, Liverpool will sign another midfielder as well as Lavia probably. But yeah, we'll have to wait and see what we anyway. But Doug's in as well, saying evening all, and hello Connor, evening Connor as well. And Brian says hi to Doug as well. Anyway, guys, but we are going to leave it there for tonight, guys. A big thank you to all of you guys for tuning in. Anyway, again, I did say it was only going to be half an hour, 14 minutes, which I think I'm pretty much nailed on there anyway. But of course, tomorrow. We might be doing a new what day is it tomorrow? Wednesday. Yeah, we might be doing a news episode if there is anything. Of course, maybe we might hear something on Lavia potentially, of course. But again, we're hopefully going to be having some different videos as well coming up over the next couple of days and weeks as well. But yeah, of course, if you do like the content, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button as well, guys. Very much appreciated as always. Like I said, if we could get to 20 likes, we very much appreciate it as always, guys. Again, you guys have been smashing it at the minute, and thank you very much for the support on the channel. As you know, at the moment, guys, has been absolutely outrageously good. So again, I massively appreciate all of you guys for the support as well. Again, we're on 15 likes, guys. If we can get to 20, again, very much appreciate it as always. Let me quickly read out a few more comments before we go. If they sell Thiago goes, yeah, absolutely. Arsenal increasing bid for Thuram. Is that true? Arsenal bidding for Thuram. Let's have a look. I haven't seen anything. To be fair, that's all on my timeline. Is Romeo Lukaku for some reason, anyway. But too many as well. So Colin, don't know why. Arsenal increasing bid for Thuram. What the hell? And then too many. I don't know. Oh, increasing bid for too many. Oh, okay. Again, absolute crap that is. Don't listen to that, Colin. That's no. Again, unless Arsenal pay 110, 115 million for Tushimeni, yeah, again, he's not going to go anywhere from Madrid. Anyway, guys, but again, of course, hopefully you guys have a fantastic rest of your day. Anyway, of course, obviously, like I said, if there is any news tomorrow, we'll be live tomorrow to bring it to you guys at 9 p.m. Anyway, but until next time, guys, that's going to be it from me. I've been Connor from the COP Council. I'll see you all later on. Ta-ra.